I'm back, now with audio. And this will probably be the last video, I think. Well, I mean, I'm not going to do another today, and I did decide I'm only doing this day. But, yeah, I completely forgot to turn the microphone on for the previous part. Sorry about that. I mean, true, I don't really think I had any good takes. Is that what the kids say? Good take? Anyway, I don't think I really had any good commentary where it's like, oh, you missed it. And it's like, I got pissed again. I didn't like how that was going. I got pissed again. And that's just how that's, gonna be. I want to farm some. I do not trust that I have the ability to advance. Wait. Is this the right one? Wait, how do I also... Let's go back to the ship. I have enough for a level? I didn't realize that. I mean, that's gotta be enough for a level. Yeah, one. One level. Thing I want to put on Endure. His arms look so tiny. I'm just checking. 2, 3. I need 3 points. God, it's so stupid. And I'm just... Yeah, that's the one I want. For the spot I can farm. And what I might do is actually just clear out some of that and then take the other route. Going through the Vahani area. It's really nice knowing you can actually kill those things. How you don't have the ability to increase energy regeneration is beyond. But I mean, as I said in at least one of the parts, and I don't think it was the last one, it might actually be a bug. It might be that it's supposed to scale up with your energy value. What was that? Oh, shit! You know what? Here, you can have this. Okay, I got an idea. It's a bad idea, but it is an idea. Ow. The idea is that now that I have the 3 Dolmen, I will go after that one boss that's actually just over there. But I will wait until I get to the next beacon. And then I will use that, go to the ship. From there, trigger the thing. Where is it? That spawns me back on the ship then, which is actually really convenient. Which will let me then craft the weapon. And then I can do whatever. Find out how good it is. Or how bad it is. It might be bad. Oh, I've got to start the timer. Back to the ship. This guy. Which is actually kind of funny, it shows that. That's the thing he lands on, that isn't him. I'm in trouble. Ooh. Okay. I should have started running sooner. That's what happened there. Oh, okay. He is healing. Good. Run. Okay, so I wasn't sure about this, but I am now at least getting clear view that you do actually regain permanent energy from melee attacks. Which is good, but it still is the whole, I'd rather have something that is actually a stable, reliable means of getting that stuff. So, health and energy. And melee attacks aren't. I'm sorry, they aren't. Because you don't always have something you can attack. The sword killed me. It didn't. The sword did. Huh. Well, that's interesting. I didn't lose... I lost the Dolmen. I didn't lose the, other thing. The experience. I want to kill that thing, so I'm just going to try to get Dolmen back and not use that sword. You know what, actually, I'm going to save that video. Because I'm sorry, that really is something... I talked in the previous part about it. But I think I talked in parts prior to that even. The idea of a contract, an implicit contract between developers and players concerning how realistic something is. And that, you know, like, because certain things have to be given up for a game to be fun. Like, you know, okay, some games do have hunger, but many games don't. This game, there's no concept of hunger here. There's also no concept of sleep. So, that is given up because it helps make it more fun. But the problem is when you also have, it's like, well, wait, I'm not stupid enough to walk off the edge just because I'm swinging a goddamn sword. Why is my character that stupid? Like, that, I think, is a very legitimate question and concern to have. And it's like that in so many games. It's like that in basically all the Souls games, to my knowledge. Or memory, since I did play through those. Oh, there is actually something. How would I get that? Okay, I see how it... But yeah, I'm sorry, even if it is a big sword, I'm not stepping off of a cliff. Because I'm not stupid. Why is this guy stupid? And it's not really a legitimate counter to say, well, you should have just stood further back when you made the swing. It's like, I don't know perfectly how far I have to step for that. I'm not that experienced with it. You know, if I were holding it, though, I wouldn't do it. Like, if it were real, wouldn't do that. And there's also the, I can't, just take a half step back to do it. I can't adjust how far I'm stepping forward to do it either. I mean, it's like, there are so many possible adjustments there just to make sure it doesn't happen. That the idea of just, oh, well, you should have just been a different distance. It's like, no, the character just shouldn't have swung that way. I mean, it's an equal argument. Hasn't proven to be the case yet, but I'm still hoping that one of these things drops some dolmen fragments. Oh. Okay, I think it's actually... It can be hard to tell. And no, I would not consider it inappropriate for it to still give dolmen fragments at this lowest level. I mean, why not? Why couldn't you farm them that way? And I don't think this game understands how lasers work. Maybe dolmen are... Well, they shouldn't be. It would be illogical for them to be restricted to just things at your level, but, well, nearer your level. Another one? I just need to fall down right here. Sorry. Had an itch underneath the headphones. Ow. Hey, now I got one. Perfect. Another one? So I just need one more. Let's see about the enemies in there. Okay! You do not want to be near those things. The eggs. When they pop. I guess it's not too surprising, but don't want to be near them. Hey, there we go. Now I got him. And there's a beacon. And this time it won't fall off, because I'm not going to use that sword. I will grant, the sword isn't as bad as I thought it would be for being two-handed, but it sucks. Because it completely is what killed me. that needs to just be a melee attack. Okay, we're good. It is now gonna heal. Okay. I really didn't have a choice there. Thing started its attack so far out on the bridge, I had no way of avoiding. There we go. I cannot upgrade. Sure. Alright. This is potential, I think. And there's also, how much damage is it? It's actually more damage than the rifle. Less cost. Why is it talking about... Well... Huh. Yeah, whatever. Well, let's try it out here. On the bugs. Actually, hang on, let me make a note of one thing. Something rather annoying is that only the currently equipped items count for your technology, so by swapping between the active weapons, you can lose abilities. I guess maybe I should say perks rather than abilities. But it still is... That isn't a good way to do it. They don't care about assets so much, so... Let me try a different one. I figured the start of Act 2 might work. See how these things like acid. Somehow I doubt they'll like it. But I don't know. I really don't know. There you are. Could not care. Well, at least I got that out of it. I mean, it's still a decent weapon, even if it isn't doing anything special against these enemies. Oh no, that guy's sensitive. Hey, I can level up. These guys also don't like it. Wow. Oh, wow, they really don't. Huh. Although this guy is actually different. Oh yeah, he does not like it either. Nice. This guy, however, is more damaged by it. Hey, Dolmen effect. Hello. Goodbye. Ow. Let's heal up. Alright. Dangerous idea. Let's see if I can... Come on. I know I hit it. Did I know that door opened? It didn't even come out. Oh, wait, no, it is there. I don't quite get it. Is it like you have to melee the thing? I'm not doing that. That is not happening. Well, shit. That is a melee only enemy. I ain't doing that. That is just not gonna happen. Is it big and mean? I'm trapped. Yep. Yep, I'm trapped. I have no way back there, I think. I'll try looking, but I think I cannot go back. Yep. Which basically means I have to fight it. Let's see. Oh, no, I cannot do that. Whoa. Okay. That's not cool. This thing has a lot of health. Ow. Oh. Ow. No, that's not cool. That's not legit. It is actually turning in the air to attack me. That was bullshit. That was complete bullshit. Yes. I don't know how I dodged it before, though. That's what's really confusing me. Yeah, no. While I can kind of sort of understand the whole, not letting the player just use ranged on it, it's also, that thing is overpowered. I mean, I mean, you saw. I was dodging the moment it was initiating the attack. It adjusted in the air just so it could attack me. That's not kosher. Yeah, took me there. Wait, what am I doing? I'm being nuts, that's what I'm doing. And not the good kind. And what is it that you can upgrade or use now? I would... No, that... Okay, that's not it. I would need to... I can use it, but I'd need to upgrade it a lot more. Well, I'd need to level up a lot more in order to equip next. Yeah, and there's no benefit to using it now. I don't think I'm gonna be able to get there from just sacking this stuff. Can't sack this stuff. There was some... Oh, there he is. Like, he shoots acid, so I doubt he's gonna be really impacted by that. Actually, all the things down here use acid, so... Okay. Plants, though. Oh, wait. These things don't like acid? And just remember, I do need to take screenshots. I haven't taken too many for this game. It's not a very screenshotty game, which I know I talked about in the previous, like part 1 even. Yep. We got to actually look up on the ceiling. Come on, I know that there's more. But I cannot see them for whatever reason. Then the ghosts spawn in. Come on. I see you there. is another. Right there. I see it there. There we go. Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot about this one. Alright, now let's just stand around and wait for the energy to build up. There's also some of the little dragons in here, aren't there? Yep, right there. Hey, I got enough for another level. I say as I'm really mumbling my words. I need to not mumble my words. It's bad enough that I'm talking at all. Subjecting everyone to my voice. Of course, no one needs to be watching me, so, you know. So we'll get to see how the worm thing likes this. Wait. I mean, come on. How have I not? That's Very well. It doesn't seem to really care. Ow! By the way, it being so quiet might just be because I haven't fully entered the arena. Can let me back in now. Or maybe not. This, please. All right. I guess I'll level up and then actually try progressing again. I doubt I'm actually gonna be successful at progressing, but I can try. No, one thing actually. Get a screenshot of that. And some of the stuff in here. I'm not gonna. See, I'm just thinking, if I just shouldn't care for now about the armor. Focus more on the stuff that will actually make me more effective. Which, if I'm going to be using ranged a lot, would be skill. Of course, where I'm going, I have to rely on melee. Because that's just how they're built, how those enemies are. They can block any any range attack. I think that's the elevator that got me. Actually, no, I came in through that way. I don't know where that... Well, or rather, I don't remember. Not sure why he's just sitting there. At the same time, I'm not gonna complain. There he is. I knew he was there. I remember him jumping on me before, I just didn't know where in the hallway. Ow. Ow. Again. Ow. Alright. guy. I don't see any. Doesn't mean there aren't. Oh, that's right. Alright. Wait for the energy to build up. Alright. I am liking the acid gun. It was worth time. So it is the just energy mode will get them off. Nope. Although I am close enough I could sack stuff to level up, but I don't want to do so much all over again. There's one there. Isn't there another? me also quickly check. Although, how much does it? It's double the cost, but not double the damage. It's not worth using the heavy. At least I'm assuming that the 160% is it's 1.6 times whatever the normal is. Which would make sense because that 70, if I do that, it's 112. It's not double. I know it was just earlier today I was in here, that doesn't mean I remember. There's a fair amount about this game that I'm probably not going to remember for long enough for the review, that's better. Oh. Okay, this is good. Because this is, I mean, the only progression spot I have is this. This does not look like I'm gonna be happy though. Okay, that's not... Seems to dislike ice more. Wow, that thing is just gonna annihilate me. shit. I got lucky there. I did not get lucky here. Nah. I'm done. Yeah, I'm done. That fight, there's nothing fun to that. I mean, it's like, it can charge at you, it can leap into the air and land at you, it also runs through the majority of the objects, so you can't block it that way. It's just bad. I mean, and it's weird, because it's like, on the one hand, if it wasn't so tanky, that'd be fine, but it's meant to be a tank. So then I guess it would have to be you don't make it just, take out 1/3 to 2/3 of the player's health in a hit. Which is kind of how tanks are supposed to be. Tanks on high damage deals are high health. But it's also the whole, it's like, he charges at you. Well, he doesn't charge on a straight line. He will turn to come at you. He also apparently doesn't care about ice. He also apparently doesn't care about acid. Maybe he cares about fire. I'm not finding out. But, I mean, that is completely an enemy that in no way would I ever think to use anything with range on. Maybe melee would be better, but it's like, with how fast that thing moves on its feet to attack, to get to me, I'm definitely thinking if I'm near that thing, it's able to swat me away very easily, and I will not be able to counter. So, I got nothing more to say. I mean, I'm not doing that again. I'll probably, I could actually collect the performance data tonight. I think only 2 locations, so I don't think I need 3. I don't even know where I'd get the 3rd one even. Yeah, I've not cared for it. I'm not a fan of Souls-like games, so maybe this is typical, but there's a part of me that even if I did like them, I think it would still be a 1. I don't think I could give it a 2, because the progression, I'm thinking mostly about the gear here, that the progression doesn't make any sense. That it's like, I have Act 1 gear that's better than Act 2 gear. And the Act 2 gear is far more expensive. So, I don't know why I'd use it. And that's a major problem. That's like, no, I completed Act 1, my reward should be better gear in Act 2. But it's not there. Well, that should be one of the reward. It would also make sense that, completing Act 2, I'd have access to better gear in Act 3, but that's certainly not the case. I actually don't think I've found a single thing in it. Well, maybe there's one, like a weapon, an additional weapon, or an additional ranged weapon, melee weapon, ranged weapon, but that's it. There's nothing for armor in Act 3. And no, I don't even think that there's additional weapons. Because there's no new drops. I haven't seen any new drops. So it's like Act 2 seems to be the peak for non-boss related weapons. I mean, there might be something I'm just not remembering, but it's still, like, I mean, it would have to be weapons, because those kind of just blend together, and are largely crap, because they don't upgrade. I mean, it's... getting back to how I started on this train of thought, I think even if I enjoyed Souls-like games, which I don't, I would still have to knock this down to a 1. It wouldn't be a 2, because the gear makes no sense. It's like, there's nothing reliable in weapon upgrades. And that's even giving it the benefit of the doubt with you build it, you put on new bonuses. But it's still A because the base weapon is the same, because the upgrades are basically the same. It's like, you get up to epic, and it's like, okay, there's nothing past that. So if you can just get the epic stuff, you put on the weapon, there is nothing, that weapon can never be better than that. You're just reliant on your levels, but the exponential curve there is so hard. Well, it is so hard on you, is so fast, that it's, and I do feel that you're kind of stuck either always trying to farm in the area you're supposed to be in, which sucks if it's well, they're beating my ass, or bosses, but even not all bosses give you that much experience. So I mean, I definitely feel that should be tuned down. The gear needs to be tuned up, and weapons just need to be overhauled. I mean, it's like that they are just in a bad place. And I'm not sure, I can't speak as somebody who likes Souls-like, because I'm not that person. But even if I were, I just do feel that those are points that would piss me off. Because it's also, think of it this way with the weapons, and also with the gear. If it were better, then you could make it harder. And isn't that what Souls-like players want? They want it to be even harder? But it's like, this way you'd have the satisfaction of progression with your gear, and you could increase the difficulty more. Instead, the gear basically caps out at the end of Act 1, or partway through Act 2, because I don't remember if I was finding much epic in Act 1. Definitely was finding it in Act 2, though. So it's like the gear caps out there, and it just keeps going up. So it's like, my sense of progression, as far as that goes, has terminated already. And it's like, so all I got left are levels that are just slower and slower and slower. And the actual game progression, which, I mean, this boss, I have no interest in. I don't know how much interest I would have had in the one guy that I beat at the end of part 5. Hang on. His name was in the achievement, so I can actually try to find that. Oh, not there. Zalen Heap. Or Heap. It's Kheep. I don't know. But I am shocked I was able to beat him. But if I didn't and had to fight me, I don't know how much I would have cared. I mean, at least in some ways, he wasn't that badly designed, though. Because, like, you could read him, you could react to him. This tank guy, no, I don't see how you could really react to that. I mean, it's a big guy that's able to turn on a dime, though he doesn't really need to turn on a dime, to attack you. He's got one unblockable attack that is a charge that will just follow you. He's got another that is a leap in the air and land right next to you. And he also just has very powerful attacks. How is any of that fun? I mean, it's like, it's not engaging either. It's not interesting. The Zalen guy, that was actually engaging and interesting. I could see tweaking him, but like him, it's more tuning or polishing. The tank thing is more of a, why did you design him this way? The queen as well. Why did you? Definitely the queen. Very much that son of a bitch queen thing. That makes no sense. Why was designed that way? So, I mean, it's. I do feel that some of the stuff is definitely even if I liked this kind of game, I'd still knock it down that far. I got nothing else really on my mind. Here, I will do this, though. I actually should have done. I shouldn't have just quit out. I'm launching it up again. I want to see what the playtime that I've put in. And just in case for anyone that's like, oh, you have to finish the game in order for you to actually review it. It's like, no. If you think I don't understand how this game is by now, I mean, I'm never going to satisfy you. That is not what I had equipped. but about 14 hours. Um, and just want to make absolutely certain. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's no. You figure out the flavor of this game pretty quick. Um, yeah, I'm definitely thinking that it's like you figure it out by the end of Act 1. The Queen is a terrible example, I will grant that. But it still is Act 1 to Act 2, you're getting your face just slammed against a wall. And I've talked about before, I'm stubborn enough that I will slam my head against a wall. But there's a difference between me slamming my head against a wall because I'm stubborn and having my face slammed against the wall because the game is sadistic. And it's like, one is that's my own personal fault. The other is I don't know why I'm doing this. I don't know why I'm playing the game. So yeah, it is what it is. I don't think that this is that good again. Even if I cared a lot for the genre, I don't think I care much for this one. Do I think it could get there? It There are definitely areas that I could see being cleaned up. That I could see with patches being improved. Mainly the crafting stuff. I don't know how well they could integrate a new system for upgrading weapons. What would be a lot more approachable for them would be to give a system so that you can craft the materials to get to higher levels. That they could do. I think that I think that's reasonable to achieve compared to, okay, yeah, we're going to figure out a way to just upgrade weapons. Um, the attribute upgrade stuff that needs desperate attention because I mean I'm sorry, you really need to have stuff be visible, like just unifying it so it's like, oh, with this you'll be able to upgrade that, just something so it's not just a blind. What was it that I needed? It's endurance. I need to get to what? Is it that 17? Is it 18? It's like, no. Let's just somehow have that all in there. Like, have it be a single workbench where it's like, okay, you need to be 18 for this, and like just hit a tab so now I can upgrade myself and spend it and see if I can get there, see if I can, and then it's like, okay, I won't bother building this. We could have stuff like that in there. We don't. Um, Comparing weapons and comparing gear before you craft, before you spend, that would be a very worthwhile addition, and that I could see being done. That would probably take, well, that actually shouldn't take more time. The upgrading the crafting materials, that would actually take longer because that would be like a whole new system in there, and you'd have to balance and all that, whereas the other is changing the UI. So that actually should be achievable, and I hope they do it. Well, or rather, I hope the community complains enough that they're like, oh yeah, we really should do that. Um, Something else, and I actually will put this in my notes. All attack speeds, and hang on, I just realized I was dragging a period, are reported just in percent. Not really helpful then in comparing weapons because claws and great swords will still show as 100% unless you upgrade them. Well, unless you apply bonuses. I was like, that really, I don't know how much, if any of you noticed that. I did notice it. I never said anything. But I did notice that the uh they all basically say 100%, and then you can add like 6% to it, 10%, whatever. But it's like they all say 100%. It's like, this is a great sword. It's not the same speed as the claws. It's not the same speed as the axes. Why does it say? Why do they all say 100%? That really needs to be an absolute value. I mean, especially for a game like this, because managing your stats, managing your build, isn't that like a critical part of Souls-like? And it's like, nah, you can't do that here. What? And it's not like they wouldn't have those values. I was like, the absolute values are going to be set in the game engine. So maybe you give those directly, maybe you don't. Unreal Engine 3, I think it is. Like, a unit in that, it can be really weird. What is it? It's like there's like 1,000 to a meter or something, so it's actually a unit is a millimeter. I don't remember, but it is okay. You might need to attach a scalar so that your speed is reasonable, but it has a reasonable appearance. But it still is. Give us the absolute unit. It must exist, or even you can leave it as percentages. But then it's like the great sword is 75% or 66%. The swords are 100%. And axes are, well, axes might not be 100%, but let's say that the swords and axes are 100%. So the axe I've been using, actually the axe I've been using might be a little bit slow, but the sword I was using for a while, there's the fire and the ice one of those, and the base axe, those might be all at 100%. Great swords at like 66%, so 2/3. And then the claws at like 125 or 133. Something like that. You then have them all as percentages. But it's in reference to the same value, as opposed to just, oh yeah, it's at 100% speed. Which is also one of the weapons, it was actually showing 95%. It's like, how? Where are you getting 95% from? It's all based on 100%. How do you don't start at 95%? This doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I mean, it is clear that needs attention. The balancing of the actual gameplay, the enemies, the bosses, that's I don't know how much of that is, well, that's just how Souls-like are, and how much of it is, no, it's Souls-like, but no, they shouldn't be that wonky, that overpowered or whatever, that hard to actually get around, and no. It might be that it's like, nah, this isn't in a good place. I don't know. I don't know as a Souls-like fan, because I'm not Souls-like. But personally, as just a gamer, some of these enemies, they're really bad. It's just, they're like, the black mist things, they do too much damage for their size and speed. They should probably also have their health cut down a little bit, but definitely they do too much damage. I didn't really get hit by one here. But in the previous part, I did, and it hurt a lot. It should not have hurt them for how small they are. The big guys with the tentacles, they can hit hard, okay, that's fine, but why do they have a perfect defense mechanism? Yeah, they're slow, but they also have, this long-range attack that's actually kind of fast as well, so it's like, you've got a lot of things turned up here, so it's... Years ago, there's this game called Castle of the Winds. And the simplest way I can think to put it is, imagine a sprite-based 2D top-down Diablo. And you kind of have that. It's actually a pretty fun game. Unfortunately, I don't think that there's... I'm pretty sure it's abandonware, and there's like no way it'll run on a modern machine. Like, you need 3.1. Maybe Windows 95 can do it, but not like 98 and up. But one thing about it, it was very much an RPG. As old as it was an RPG. And one thing that you had at the very start, when you were creating the character, was for each of the stats, like strength, dexterity, constitution, intelligence? Yes, intelligence. That was the fourth one. And I think it was only 4. It might have been 5. But let's say it was those 4. They each had, a bar that you could, fill up, and they already had so much in there. but you also had some slack that you could put in as you wished. So you could, start off with greater strength. You could start off with greater dexterity. Actually, that might have been for Castle of the Winds 2. Because Castle of the Winds 1 was like the shareware demo. And then you had Castle of the Winds 2. And so Castle of the Winds 2 was like its immediate sequel. So it would technically you should be starting with some levels. It might have been like for that reason. But it still was. You basically had a set amount of points that you could put into these stats. And you would have to balance there for what you want. I feel like some of these enemies, that pool that they're working from is much too large, that needs to be constrained. And it's not even like a Souls-like thing. It's just a no. That you're really making these things more powerful than they need to be. I mean, you can do Souls-like without it being soul-crushing. And I do feel that some of these tentacle guys definitely stand out as one where it's like, no, we can do, you can do some things to pare that back. And there are others, like the mist, the black mist things. Yeah, tone down their strength and they'd be in a better spot. Tone down the speed of the things that are in the wasteland area that go around with the big swords and will slam them in the ground and have the ice around. Tone down their speed, their attack speed mainly. They'll be in a better place. Just trying to think what other enemies. I mean, that's enough right there. But, I mean, and I've certainly been blathering on enough as well. But yeah, there are ways to improve this. And I don't think that actually having the enemies tuned should not be a son of a bitch, should not be pains in the ass, wouldn't compromise it as Souls-like. Because would it not be fair to say that there's two fundamental aspects to a Souls-like? The one critical one is the health and respawning here. Where it's like you drop the stuff, you have to go back and get it, but it's also if you visit the thing to heal yourself, it resets all the enemies. That's one aspect of Souls-like. The other, I feel, could be the boss design to a degree. That, I mean, true, a lot of these are not necessarily that much of a clever boss design. You have to find the solution to them. But it's like, isn't that also part of Souls-like? And it's like, you can have those. You don't need the enemies to always be legitimate threats to you, even when it's like, well, I'm much higher level than they are. So it's, I don't know. As I said, I don't like Souls-like games, so maybe I shouldn't talk too much. But it still seems to me like you could keep many of the qualities that make a game a Souls-like without making it unapproachable. You could also do one other thing. Make the character not stupid enough to just walk off a ledge because he swung a sword. Swung a sword. Swung a sword. There we go. I wanted to end on that, but then I bungled it because of my speech impediment. Alright, well. 14 hours, just shy of 14 hours in there. I think I can write a valid review from that. And I don't care if you disagree. Because I'm not enjoying the game. If I keep playing, I'm not going to enjoy it more. If anything, I will enjoy it less. Why should I spend my time on it? I mean, it's like, okay, I'd be able to comment on the story better, but it's like, the story's really bland and generic. And you know something? That's fine. Nothing wrong with this story. Well, actually, there's one thing wrong with it. How it's being told by the tablets and such, that's fine. The fact that so many repetitious, at least the concepts are repetitious from others, that I'm going to complain about. But otherwise, no. It's basically absent, and that's fine. It is enough there to explain what's going on. That's like, oh, interdimensional enemies. And just generically, it's an alien planet, so they're bugs. And because the interdimensional enemies, planet's going to have to be nuked to stop them from coming through. It's like, okay, that's it. It's like, that's a paragraph of story. Nothing wrong with that. Works fine. They're not overhyping it. They're not overselling it in the game. I'm good with it. I really am. Some games try to go too far with it. This one, nope. It's not that great a story, but it doesn't need to be. No complaints from me. Except with the one I already mentioned. Graphics. They're not that good. They're really not. Yeah, they're just not that good. But they get the job done. Um, I could see a sharpening filter doing nice things for it. You'd want to be able to, like, dial it in. But, I mean, they do the job. The graphics does its job well enough. Everything looks appropriate, looks alien. But it does also look like something, well, not my laptop. My laptop is too old. It's like 10 years old now. And it's an Ultrabook, so my laptop definitely couldn't handle this game. But I could see plenty of modern laptops handling the game. I don't know why you'd want to play this game on a laptop, but you could. And I mean, nothing wrong with that. It looks good enough for that, but this is not a game you're going to be playing for its looks. Definitely not. The lighting sometimes feels off. It's like, you're in a tunnel, but somehow you're well illuminated. I think that might be part of the reason why I thought that it doesn't have any shadows. It might just be that so often you're in spots where there shouldn't be any lighting, but you're still well lit. But it's deciding that because because there isn't any lighting, there's no shadows. That might be what has been going on for me, for why I think that there's no shadow. There's just no, this environment doesn't produce shadows, but they also have the brightness turned up. Now, it is also true, I have the brightness turned up to 7, whereas 5, it might be where most of they want it. But no, that's there's actual just illumination here that's unexplained. Alright, I like legitimately need to be stopping. And then I think I will collect performance data probably along main path and ore processing. Was that the name of it? The first checkpoint in Wasteland, because I think I can get 5 minutes on both of those paths safely. And they're fairly straightforward. I'm just thinking if there's no, I can't think of any location that would be better. I mean, certainly not more alive. All right. So, yeah, I guess I'll just, see you for whatever the next review is. Have fun.